Yeah, hello everybody. Welcome to another Kansas Missing and Unsolved podcast. I'm your host Ricky Chabruggy, and joining me down there in Elkhart, Derek. How you doing, Derek?
Doing good, man. How you doing?
Not doing too bad. Been a day.
In a day, man. You off? Were you off all day, or did you have to work? Or
Yeah, yeah. I was off work today.
she just been giving you the full Wednesday off lately, or what?
Yeah, last couple of weeks, but next week, see, I'm trying to think. I get off at like 5 or 6 next Wednesday, so I do because they're giving me Monday off
Yeah,
for whatever reason. I don't know why, but at least I'm off early enough to be able to do the show.
yeah, man. I gotta tell you, man, it's nice not having to figure out what day of the week the show is on each week.
Definitely, I like the consistency now.
Yeah,
Makes
I
me
mean,
feel
even though
better.
it was either a Tuesday or a Thursday, I still never knew what the hell was going on. So
Right?
I like this much better, man.
Me too.
I had got an email, and we're not going to necessarily cover the case unless did you make did you make a what am I trying to say here? Did you make a flyer for that Jennifer Judd Nelson for tonight or
Yeah, I did.
okay?
I sent it to you. Yeah.
Okay, so let's cover that one first. Now, basically,
I think I sent
let
it
me
to you.
find it real quick. I had basically gotten an email on, I believe it was the Back Home Media. Is it this one? Where's it at?
I'm double checking to make sure I sent
I
it to
got
my
you. I
buddy.
got it right here. So basically, I got an email in the Back Home. So
Okay.
basically, I have several email addresses, and I got an email in the Back Home Media. And for those unaware, which by the way, there was a court hearing today. I was in the news a little bit about a month and a half ago because my wife actually filmed the police checking out the crime scene of the missing moms case in Oklahoma, Veronica and Jillian. And so my name got out there a little bit in the true crime world, and some people got to poking around. And a cousin of Jennifer reached out to me, and we are setting up I was kind of waiting to talk to Ricky tonight. They want to talk to both of us on a recorded call soon, and sort of
Cool.
they said they're looking for a podcaster to sort of tell the story, and they have a lot of podcasters to choose from, essentially. But they like that you and I are in the Kansas area. But Ricky's going to tell you about Jennifer Judd, and it's a pretty crazy case. He had a flyer for it. Ricky said it hadn't been updated in a while, and we were able to do some digging on the internet and find some more information. So Ricky's going to tell you all about this. Again, this does have a governor's reward.
Right. Yeah. This is Jennifer Bryan Judge. She was murdered May 11th, 1992, Baxter Springs, Kansas. She was fatally stabbed just 9 days after marrying her high school sweetheart, Justin Judd. She'd graduated from Pitcher High School in 1990, and Justin from, I don't know if that's Quapaw or Quapaw High School in 1989. They decided to live in the Baxter Spring, Kansas area to start their life together. Excuse me. On the day of her death, Jennifer was involved in post-wedding activities such as sending out thank you cards for wedding gifts and preparing her wedding dress for cleaning. Justin, who worked in Riverton, Kansas, called Jennifer around 8:30 or 9 in the morning to ask her to bring him his lunch, but she never arrived. He discovered Jennifer's body in their duplex around 2:45 p.m. with multiple stab wounds to the chest. Despite investigations and suspicions, including the belief that Jennifer may have been stalked, no one has been brought to trial for a murder. Justin Judd, who was cleared of any involvement, has since remarried and has children. The case remains unsolved, leaving Jennifer's family and loved ones longing for justice and closure after more than 3 decades. Jennifer's family, including her sisters, continue to grieve and remember her on the anniversary of her murder. They visit her grave to honor her memory and reflect on the milestones she's missed. Jennifer's life was tragically cut short, and her family hopes that one day the killer will be brought to trial. If you have any information regarding Jennifer Bryan Judd's murder, please call the Baxter Springs, Kansas Police Department at 620-856-2112 or the KBI at 1-800-572-7463. And there is a governor's reward of $5,000 available for the information leading to the arrest and conviction of the person or persons responsible for Jennifer's murder. Excuse me.
You're good, man. Yeah, that is pretty wild, man. So you made the flyer. I had sent you a bunch of stuff that I had found online.
Right.
As far as when you initially made the flyer, like, do you remember when this happened much? I mean, because this seems like a pretty, and Baxter Springs is about as much as Kansas as Elkhart is. You know, it's like right there in the very teeny tiny corner. It's barely part of the state, but it is Kansas. Do you remember this happening at all, or?
I honestly don't. Not until I got involved with Kansas Missing and Unsolved. It was after that I had discovered it and read about it. But the initial flyer I did was just very scant with very little information.
Yeah.
So the information you sent helped me do a much better flyer than what I had initially done.
Yeah. And I'll let you handle the comments. It looks like we got quite a few. I'll let you go ahead and handle those. But yeah, Jennifer Judd, Baxter Springs, Kansas, 9 days after her wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. That is
Yeah.
wild stuff. So we're going to be talking to her family, her cousins, here in the next week or so.
Yeah.
And, I don't, honestly, I'm making a movie about Elkhart right now. I'm doing a lot of stuff. I might not even be the best person to do this, but the family's wanting a podcast done to sort of get this out there. Ricky's
Right.
page, and just this a few days ago, I bombarded his inbox with pictures, information that I
Right.
can find online. So yeah, if anybody is interested in $5,000 and you have information about Jennifer Judd and her demise, please call the numbers Ricky mentioned earlier, because it's a pretty serious situation. Here we are now. We're going to go ahead and talk about Harley Smith.
Okay, hang on just a minute. I got to pull her flyer up. I wasn't ready for her. I didn't have her on the list.
I must have. Was that from last week that I didn't?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know if she's still missing?
Yeah, as far as I know, I haven't got an update stating otherwise yet. So, but we can sure cover her real quick. That's not a problem. Just got to find the right flyer.
Harley Smith, missing from Wichita, Kansas since May 7th, 2024. She's 15 years old. She's 4'11", 105 pounds, blonde strawberry hair. She has green eyes. Smith missing an endangered runaway that went missing from Wichita, Kansas on May 7th, 2024. It's believed that Harley may have been using the name Alex. She's 15 years old. She's 4'11". She's 105 pounds, and she has blonde and strawberry hair and green eyes. Information about Harley's disappearance, over her whereabouts or anything like that, call the Wichita Police Department, 316-660-9452. You can also call 316-660-9456 or 316-263-6011. And the Kansas Bureau of Investigation, that we give you a lot of numbers each week, but you should definitely write down the KBI's number, because that's typically always going to be the same, 785-296-4017. So anybody who has seen Harley, got a lot of people very worried about her. So let's try to get that.
And I do want to footnote, the picture on the right is the more recent photo of Harley.
Okay.
It was taken, I believe, the day before she went missing, I believe.
Okay. And again, it's probably a picture that she wouldn't want out there, but it's a good picture to have. I don't think people realize like how important it is to have every once in a while take a picture of yourself with where you just look normal, like how you look laying around the house during the day, because with all these filters and all this stuff, it's really we can sit here and make missing persons flyers all day, but if you have 10 Snapchat filters on your photo, we're not looking for a human being at that point. It is good to have these pictures like this. Top right looks like a candid photo. Again, doesn't look like she was ready for it. Looks like that somebody just snapped a picture of her. But that is the person on the right, obviously looks different from the person on the left, and they're the exact same person. So, got to stress the importance of having photos. Let's talk about T. Montez hurt. Is this another one I forgot to delete, or
no? This is a good one.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me do some comments real quick here. Ellen Dodson, we got here from Leavenworth. Hey, Ellen. Rodney Cox is joining us. Hey, Rodney. Roxanne Fisher is joining us from Oklahoma. Mariah Bay Sawyer, good evening from McPherson. And Chris Under says, hi, Ricky and Derek.
Nice.
Heather Barry says, hey, guys. Kelly Uphoff says, I'm here. Esther Under says, good evening, Ricky and Derek. Candy says we had the preliminary court for AJ. That's good.
Candy, reach out to me on Facebook. We can let's do a phone call later tonight, man. I can share that audio with Ricky. Yeah. Wow, lots of people watching, man. 35 people all together on different platforms.
And Kelly says, I love you guys. And Heather Bear is asking, what year did that happen? That was in Jennifer Judd's case, 1992. And this is Shauna Sarton, Jennifer's family investigator. Here, it happened in 1992. With some LA officers has claimed the husband's been cleared. We do not believe that to be true and plan to ask more questions about that in an upcoming meeting. Oh, okay.
Okay, so I had, like I said, like somebody related to Jennifer reached out to Back Home Media and wants to have a meeting. But I'll say this. I don't know anything about the case other than what Ricky just read to you. I have not talked to Jennifer's family. And I hate being in the speculation business because I think it's gross. But when I read the information, it just made me be like, okay, 9 days after the wedding, if I'm a detective in that town, I would at least want to know where was the 9 day old husband, like the brand new, because like any, I don't know if people know this or not. I probably share this with a large majority of the people that watch this show. And I know Ricky does. In my spare time, I like to watch interrogation videos and body cam footage. Like, I don't know why. I'm just very interested in law enforcement. I don't want to be a cop, but I enjoy law enforcement. I like the chess aspect of interrogations, of trying to outsmart a perpetrator. But it's rare that you find somebody who causes mayhem and they've never met the person they've caused mayhem. Right. You know what I mean? Most of the time, crimes are a crime of passion. So just as somebody who's very, very probably too entrenched in true crime media, I automatically was like, I just want to know where her husband was that day. So I'm glad that somebody else is kind of saying that, because I didn't want to say that publicly, but got back now.
We got Shannon's here from Wichita, and Ronnie's saying hi, guys. Teresa Turnbow says hello, listening.
Nice.
Marlene Horde Benjamin, glad to catch you guys again tonight. Thank you for joining us. Heather says, Shauna, thank you. I thought it was early 90s. Yeah, they cleared him right away. Okay. And Tisha Ann Miller Brandenburg, have you heard anything about a body found in Salina on Monday? I saw it on Wichita News Channel Facebook in a comment. No, I have not. And I live in Salina, so I have not. I was at work Monday for a better part of the day, so I will saying a child abduction just blared on our TV. Where was that from? And Shauna says, thank you so much for covering this. Is very much appreciated. We want 2024 to be the year of justice for Jennifer. That would be good.
Okay, so this is from, go ahead. I do have some information about the question that was just asked, but go ahead and read your comments and I'll tell you.
And Candy says, still following you.
Awesome. Reach out to me, man. I want to talk to you, Candy. I'll talk to you next.
And that was the last comment, but then we go back to the body in Salina. What did you find?
I just went to I went to Bing.com and I typed in body found in Salina, Kansas this week. And I don't know if you click Copilot, it's a form of AI and it kind of scours the internet. Copilot is saying authorities have determined the identity of a body found in Salina, Kansas earlier this week. According to Salina police, the deceased person was confirmed to be Jason Hillary Patrick Latham. Didn't you have a flyer for him?
I might have to look.
His body was found on Monday in the 1900 block of North 5th Street. An autopsy was completed and toxicology reports are pending. The regarding Latham's whereabouts and activities precedes his death. If anyone has information related to this case, they can contact Detective Aaron Carswell at 785-826-7210. And it says this incident marks the second time this year that a body has been found in that same area.
When was that article put out? Does it say?
This isn't an article. This is AI. It scoured the internet, and it looks like it's getting stuff from.
Because that's an older one. Because I remember that one.
Okay, so this might be okay. That might just be an old article. Okay, maybe there is no new one. Let me see.
Yeah, that was May 11, 2023 on that one. That was last year.
Salina Post, May 13th, 2024. More human remains found in rural Kansas. Sumner County, the Sedgwick County Sheriff's Office is currently working with the Sumner County Sheriff's Office to recover human remains in the area of 300 North River Road in Belle Plaine, Kansas. Is that the same?
That wouldn't be Salina. That's way down by Wichita, but I've been following that situation too, and I've been notified who one of them more than likely is, but until law enforcement releases it, I'm not releasing it. So I gotta wait for them. But I do have a flyer up for the person. So actually there was two of them and they're believed to be connected. And somebody's commented if you look, there's a post on Kansas Missing with the article talking about the second set of remains, and some in the comments are both flyers of who they think they are.
Wow. Yeah, so I can't find anything on a recent body found in Salina. No. So if the person who commented that has any information on that, let's go send it over to the page and he can get started on that. We did not read T. Montez's flyer. Let's go ahead and get on that.
Okay, dope. Yeah, that's one I wanted to get out there again. He's been missing from Lee Summit, Missouri since February 1st, 2024. He's 19, 5'10", 135 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. He's originally from Tennessee. He had a mental breakdown on January 31st, 2024 in Kansas City around 3:45 in the morning. He went to St. Luke's Hospital located in the Plaza area for treatment. After his episode, T. Montez's family purchased him a Z trip to the Greyhound bus station so he could travel to St. Louis to be with his grandmother. He left his cell phone behind in the Z trip. He has not had any contact with anyone since then. He does not know his way around Kansas City as he is from Tennessee. He was last seen walking on Troost at the beginning of the month, which would have been February. T. Montez is 19 years old. He's 5'10", weighs 135 pounds, has black hair and brown eyes. He was last known to be wearing a royal blue Price Chopper polo shirt, dark green sweatpants, and black high top Nike shoes. If you have any information regarding T. Montez's disappearance, you know his whereabouts, please call the Missouri State Highway Patrol Troop A at 816-622-0800 or the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department at 816-234-5043 or 816-234-5111 and see if we can't get T. Montez located and back to his family. Because know they're worried about him.
That's a young dude, man.
Yeah, Candy says it was hard being face to face with Oscar Corrales.
Yikes, man.
I bet it was. Apparently, there's an Amber Alert out of Liberal, Kansas.
Wow.
I'll check that out after the show.
Yeah. Well, if anybody has the information, Lee Summit, Missouri, I think it's a pretty populated area, I think. I mean, it's no city or anything, but I think it's got quite a few people. Hopefully. Looks like a lot of comments are piling in if you want to check that out real quick.
Heather Bear's asking, did they find AJ? Not as of yet. At least not that I've heard about anyway.
I have not heard that they have found him. I do know that they made that arrest, and it sounds like there was a court hearing today, and hopefully Candy can tell me about that because that's interesting. Let's talk about Cynthia Renee Gonzalez, another unsolved homicide.
Alrighty. This is an unsolved homicide. Cynthia Renee Gonzalez happened back on September 22nd, 1991 in Arlington, Texas. She was reported missing to the Arlington, Texas Police Department on September 22nd, 1991. Cynthia's body was discovered in a creek bed off County Road 313 in Johnson County, Texas. It was later determined that Cynthia died from multiple gunshot wounds. Cynthia was reportedly at her apartment with her boyfriend when her husband stopped by to deliver their daughter for a weekend visit. Sometime later, Cynthia left for a strippogram appointment without her customary bodyguard. She was never seen again. Cynthia was the owner of a business in Arlington called Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast provided adult entertainment for special occasions. Cynthia, or Renee as she called herself, was their star attraction. Because of Cynthia's profession, she also danced at area topless clubs. There were persons of interest galore. Serial killer Kenneth Allen McDuff, 1946 to 1998, was looked at in connection with Cynthia's death. Jim Ford, longtime Arlington police officer and a renowned homicide investigator, had looked at McDuff in connection with Cynthia's case for going on 18 years. He was never able to make a match or a mismatch. McDuff was believed to have abducted a victim from a car wash in Austin, Texas. Cynthia's car, a two-seat Pontiac Fiero, was seen parked at a car wash in Arlington on the day she disappeared. There were similarities in the Austin case and Cynthia's case. He kidnapped, sexually assaulted, and killed his victim in a car wash in Austin. He dumped the bodies of several of his victims in rural areas. He killed several victims by shooting them. Investigators could not place McDuff in the Arlington area and could not determine whether he was out on the streets at that time, but could not find him as being incarcerated at that time either. Other persons of interest have come up and have been cleared as well, and McDuff has since been ruled out by DNA testing as well. If you have any information regarding Cynthia's death, please contact Sergeant Blake Ritchie at 817-459-5772. If you wish to remain anonymous and possibly receive a reward of up to $1,250, please call Tarrant County, Texas Crime Stoppers at 817-469-8477. And I've also done some more research on Kenneth McDuff, and he's also one of his nicknames was known as the Broomstick Killer because not only did he murder him, but he would also rape them with a broomstick handle.
Jeez.
And that's how we earned the nickname the Broomstick Killer. A teenager, Chris Henry says a teenager possibly abducted out of Liberal. So We'll have to check that
I
out.
will look it up, man. Here, go ahead and read Gina Bridget Cipher case, and then I will look up the
This,
liberal missing
this
case.
is another unsolved homicide. If you notice, I've retweaked her flyer. I've added another picture of her, and I've also added a photo of the trailer that she lived in, and I also sent you a couple other photos and
And if you look
relation.
right underneath her flyer on the over there on the brand, you can see those extra flyer. You can click those at your own leisure. I'm going to do some research on that missing person in Liberal White. But you have Gina's clicked, and then the next two flyers underneath her are the ones that you're going to look to.
Alrighty.
Click on brand and scroll down.
Okay. And this is Gina Cyphers. Back in December 20th, 1995. She was 24-year-old with an infant son. By all accounts, Gina Cyphers was a loving mother and good person. Gina dropped off her 15-month-old son at a daycare program called Morning Out for Moms at a Salina church. When she didn't return a couple hours later, the daycare called Gina's boyfriend at work. He went to the mobile home they shared and found the young woman brutally murdered. The baby was suddenly without a mom, and the police were left with a case that's been proven to be a tough one. It was a crowded mobile home park in the heart of the city with trailers that were close together. The violence happened sometime between 9 a.m. and noon. Still, all these years later, Gina Cyphers' murder remains unsolved. Initial reports said she was stabbed, but police are still keeping a lot of details secret. They said there have been a lot of leads that have gone nowhere. If you have any information on Gina's death, please call the Salina, Kansas Police Department at 785-826-7210 or call Crime Stoppers at 785-825-8477 or text SA Tips to Crimes 274637 or go to www.pd.salina.org and follow the Crime Stoppers link to submit your tip. You may receive a cash reward up to $1,000, and you're not required to give your name or call the KBI at 1-800-572-7463. And there's also a governor's reward of $5,000 available for the arrest and conviction of the person or persons responsible for Gina's death. So hopefully we can help possibly, get some information going as to what happened to her and how it happened. But I actually went over to the trailer park where her trailer sat, and I took some pictures and stuff and did some looking on Google Earth and stuff. And this one here, you can see her trailer there with the crime scene tape around it and whatnot, and right there on there. And if you look on the picture on the right, that's the same lot now. I was over, like I said, I went over there a couple days ago and stood basically where her trailer was. I mean, this is looking toward where the trailer was. There's the utility pole and everything, but I mean, I walked around, stood where the trailer was. It was kind of weird. And then I did this one with the Google Earth, and you can see the top photo. You can see where some empty lots or some trailers have already been taken out by this point, but Gina's trailer is down there at the bottom with that little red dot on it. And then this is a more recent of the lot all cleared out of all the trees, all the trailers, and I marked Gina's trailer's location down there at the bottom. So you can see it's dramatically changed since when all the trailers were there.
Yeah.
Definitely different. But if you guys have any information at all that could point the police in the right direction as far as who is responsible for her murder, call it in, no matter how small it is.
Yeah, it's let me see.
Kind of a surreal feeling to stand there in that, where her trailer sat and knowing what occurred in that location. And it's just
We're getting Amber alerts over here.
If my phone went off, I haven't heard it.
Did you see an Amber alert, D-Hay? Yeah, we just got an Amber alert here. D-Hay works for us.
I don't know if I got one or not. I left my phone in the bathroom.
Yeah, we just got it. Is it for 14-year-old female abducted? Okay, 15. Okay, this is an abduction, Rick. This is some pretty serious stuff here.
Really? What do you got?
Yeah, I'm getting it on the screen right now. You can hopefully read it on the screen. Let's go ahead and just switch into this right now.
Okay.
This looks like it's a pretty serious deal. Let me know if you can read it on the screen when you full screen.
Okay. I'm not full screen yet, but I can see it pretty good.
Hey, okay, let me go ahead and turn this banner off. Okay.
There we go. Yeah, in Wichita, Liberal Police Department's attempting to locate a 14-year-old female who's believed to have been abducted on May 15th at 6:45 p.m. Took them long enough to get the Amber Alert out 3 hours later. KBI issued an Amber Alert for Marishilo Luis de la Cruz, last seen at Mary Frame Park in Liberal, wearing a black shirt, blue jeans, and pink sandals. Suspect is possibly a Hispanic male with black hair and was seen wearing a black shirt and black pants. Suspect was seen leaving in a black 2007 Tahoe with Texas tag TTJ8135. It's unknown if they are still in the area. If you have any information regarding this vehicle or this incident, call your local authorities or call the Liberal Police Department immediately. And I wished I had that number.
I'll look it up for you right now. Keep going though.
Okay. And that was all I had on there, unless there was more.
Is there any comments on this one? This is right. This is happening right now, real time, bud.
Yeah, it's happening real time.
It'd be different if it was, again, if it was like endangered, missing, but this is an abduction. So your number is going to be 620-626-0141. I'll get it on. I'll update the flyer right now, and cool. I will get this on the screen.
I'll have to get a flyer made for that ASAP as soon as the show's over. And Shanna said her phone just blew up with the Amber Alert. And Heather's asking why it's not on WIBW in Topeka. Don't know.
I don't know. This isn't good.
All right, don't know why WIBW isn't posting the photo on the TV screen. Oh,
they're not posting the photo. This is from KWCH. So they posted that. And then what did I say that number was?
620 something.
Okay, I got you. So it's going to be oh no. Okay, I got it. 620. I'm making this flyer. I'm updating this flyer on the fly. Forgive me. 620, and that's going to be 626-0141. Yikes! This is not good, folks. An abduction.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy. If you want to post what you got on Kansas Missing, and I'll make an actual flyer after the show tonight. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is, man. It's not good. All right, so
what's concerning is the fact that this Tahoe's got a Texas tag. Because could they be heading back down that way or where?
Well, I'm wondering if maybe you hate to see it, but like maybe somebody meets somebody online or something. They go to meet them.
I kind of had that thought. Yeah.
Me and D-Hay watch a lot of YouTube, and right now one of the big things out there, I do have the Amber Alert. It says Amber Alert, and also I do have Liberals Police Department phone number.
Okay. And Chris Andrews says the Amber Alert he got said the vehicle was traveling west. And Heather Berry said she's 14. For God's sake, they should be posting it. Yeah, they should be. It should be blowing up all over the place.
If it was at what time did that? 6:45 p.m. and D-Hay's phone just went off. Mine didn't go off.
I don't know if mine did or not, because like I said, mine's still sitting on the bathroom counter.
Because I do put it on silent.
And
did you get an Amber Alert? Yeah, it is. It is Chevy Tahoe, Texas Tech. Yeah. So this is right now. It's really scary. Like again, Amber Alert's always scary, but this is like an abduction. This is abduction. I hate that word. Abduction.
What I want to know is why did it take them 3 hours to get the Amber Alert out if this happened at 6:45?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
It could be several things. Maybe lack of reporting. Maybe somebody didn't report it. Maybe
I don't know.
But
I don't know.
And my buddy's got a 14-year-old daughter. Man.
I mean, I realize law enforcement's got to dot all their I's, cross all their T's to make sure that it fits Amber Alert criteria. I know they got to do all that nonsense, but sounds like to me with the information they got, that should have been out immediately, not 3 hours later. I mean, 3 hours, that gives them a 3-hour head start. They could be anywhere.
I'm getting text messages from people saying that they live in Liberal. They did not get an Amber Alert, but they did see it on Facebook.
Right.
There might be an issue with an Amber Alert. Like that's weird. And D-Hay said, okay, so my phone's on silent. It did not beep. D-Hay's phone's on silent, and he has earbuds in, and his beeped audibly. So
wow. And we have Devin Andriette Martin says, I'm Jennifer Bryan Judd's cousin, watching as well. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining in. Yeah, me and Ricky look forward. We talked to somebody had emailed me, and we're trying to set up a time to do a call, so we can all get on the same page and see if we can get this story out here. Well, we are going to come back to this Amber Alert often as we go through these flyers. This is a very serious situation happening right now. Ricky, go ahead and let's cover Chloe Phillips, and I will put the Amber Alert at the bottom of the screen so that everybody
Hey, Chloe Phillips. She's missing from Kansas City, Kansas since May 9th, 2024. 14 years old, 5'5", 140 pounds, brown hair, blue eyes. She does wear eyeglasses. Don't have much more information than that, unfortunately. So if you have any information regarding Chloe's disappearance, you know her whereabouts, please call the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department at 913-596-3000 or KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't get Chloe located and back to where she needs to be. And I did notice her mom was commenting on her flyer, I believe yesterday. And Devin says that we are so excited to speak with you.
We are looking forward to it. I'm going to add the phone number for Liberal PD onto the banner down here just in case anybody.
And Christine Hill Staley says they need guys like you in Georgia.
Guys like me?
Like us.
Red glasses? With bad credit? Is that what she said? Guys who can't get a bank loan. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you so much for the compliment. That's awesome. Chloe, 14 years old, way too young. May 9th. So we're looking at,
that's
6 days, man.
6 days, it looks like. Hopefully we can get her found and back to where she needs to be.
Yeah, anybody seen Chloe Phillips? And it's just anytime we mainly, a lot of the flyers we cover are people who are underage, and that's scary.
Yeah.
Multiple times. I'm a 41-year-old father of 2. I don't want to be in Kansas City, Kansas at all.
Yeah, Heather's asking me, and I need to mention that there is a Facebook page for Cynthia Renee Gonzalez that we covered earlier. And I see if I can remember the name of it here. Because she just started it. Trying to remember the name of it. Oh my goodness.
Hey, Heather, can you post it in the comments? Do you have the Facebook page name? If Facebook will let you, I don't know if they will. They're kind of weird about tagging stuff in live streams, but if you can, if it'll let you actually tag that group in this live stream, go ahead and do it, and we can post it on the screen here. Okay. I think there's how many followers do you have now on KMU, buddy?
Let me take a look here. But the name of the group is Justice for Cynthia Renee Gonzalez is the name of it. Heather just started it up, so trying to get it out there and published. And right now, as far as followers go, KMU is sitting at 86,528.
86,000 people. Let me ask the computer what the old population of Kansas is, dude. And I'll tell you how good we're doing.
And I just put the URL to the page in the comments. So if you guys want to check it out, it's there.
So 86,000, 85,000, how many?
86,528.
Okay, so we have, as of 2023, there's 2,900,000 and change residents. So what that means is we just have to share this show more, folks. 86,000 sounds like a lot, but we're barely scraping. And again, it'd be different if me and Ricky were asking you to buy our demo tape. But we just want you to share these flyers.
Right.
We just want you to share these flyers. We will not tell you about our side gig, our band that we're in. We're not in one yet, but I'm going to talk Ricky into joining one someday. And, I promise we're never going to promote it on this show. This show is all about the flyers. Please share them. We love that 86,000 people are following this page.
Right.
I have access to Ricky's. I don't look at it often, but when I do look at it, last time I looked at it was about a year ago. Your Facebook page is reaching about 1 million people every quarter, which means like every 3 months, your Facebook page reaches about 1 million people, and that's really impressive. But at the end of the day, these flyers getting shared and everything, I really do think that it helps. And I thanks everybody that shares the flyers, thanks everybody that watches the show. But the flyer sharing is the number one thing that we need to keep doing. That's the way we get stuff out there. A lot of people spend their time on social media, so it's a great place to really get it out there. Just like that page from the live stream. Yep. Ricky does have special powers. He is able to post it on TV what the girl was wearing, and they also showed the picture.
Okay, good deal.
Was do you know if the picture I posted is that what she was wearing? Well, I guess I have it all covered up. Let me just add just the picture, and then I can go back and forth from those two. So this is Kate. This is the website she just said. I'll go ahead and pull this comment down. I guess this is if what that comment is saying is correct, this is what she'd be wearing. But that's just based on what the comment we just got was, because that's just it. This is from the exact same website that I pulled this picture and the text at the bottom that you're seeing. I pulled this from WCH. So I'm wondering that's a pretty decent picture of that car. Like, to me, like, I wonder how that picture got taken. Was somebody like suspicious? Did somebody that looks like a, I don't know. Like, it looks too far. It looks too close to the road to be like a Ring door cam. You know, it looks like somebody took that picture. And I don't know a lot of people take pictures of passing cars. You know what I mean? Like, this kind of freaks me out a little bit, that this picture, like, who decided to take a picture of this passing vehicle? Like, maybe somebody knew something was up. Well, I guess if you see somebody get put into a vehicle, I don't know. It's not good, man.
Yeah, so she was last seeing a black shirt. Or no, he was wearing last seeing a black shirt. I don't see any information as to what she was wearing, just what he was wearing. Interesting. I'll have to check that out some more.
Does it have her?
Was wearing?
This says I don't know if we have that up on the screen. It says 5 foot 2 inches tall, 120 pounds.
Okay.
She was wearing pink flip flops, blue jeans, and a black shirt.
Okay. So she was wearing a black shirt. The picture shows her wearing.
Okay, yeah. And this is again from AI. So it says this is from KSN, who's now covering it. The suspect is an unidentified Hispanic male wearing a black shirt and black pants. He was last seen driving a black 2007 Chevrolet Tahoe with chrome hubcaps. And we're talking about Liberal, so it's not a super huge city. But the thing is, it sounds like this dude took her like 4 hours ago now, 3.5 hours ago.
Yeah, that's what worries me is they got a big old head start.
Because if they're saying 6:30 or whatever when she was abducted, I show here KSN is saying that the Amber Alert went out at 9:40. What the heck, dude? That's 2 hours. That's 2 hours and like 10 minutes, man. Why?
Yeah, no.
Liberal
Police Department posted it an hour ago.
An hour ago.
Yeah,
okay, never mind.
Posted it on their Facebook an hour ago.
This says updated 2 hours ago. Topeka, Kansas. Amber Alert has been issued for a young girl abducted from Liberal. Blah blah blah. What the heck, man? Like, I don't think it's anybody's fault, but why is this Amber Alert so crazy? That's 2 hours and 10 minutes of very. If you're this girl's parents or friend, anybody that wants to see her come home, that's 2 hours and 10 minutes is a long time. I could get to from Elkhart. I could get to Amarillo, Texas in 2 hours and 10 minutes without speeding. You know what I mean? Like, that's a long time. I'm curious why that took so long to come out. And it looks like I need to change this. WIBW is saying that Wichita police, Wichita PD is 620-626-0150. So I will go in here and update the banner so we can make sure that's correct. But yeah, that's not good.
Lori Peterson said, read the post I sent. I will tell a little more. What is she referring to, I wonder?
Did she send it to KMU?
Did she send it to KMU? Let me look here.
Yeah.
Come on.
I go out to a lot of platforms. I never know what people like. I sent you a message. I'm like, which one? We got a lot of dumb platforms.
I don't see.
I don't see anything on my end. If you'd like to be a monthly subscriber, go to KMU page, and there's a post for Patreon.
Somebody did message me a screenshot. It says Maricela Louise Dela Cruz, and it says 15.
Well, yeah, there is a Patreon. It's all that money goes 100% to Ricky. It's just is it patreon.com/KMU pod?
KMU Live, yeah.
KMU Live, yeah. Check that out. All that money goes to Ricky. He does all these flyers for free.
Okay, listen. Listen to this. This says
streaming.
Yeah, this says approximately 7 p.m. A relative of Mary Shayla Louise Dela Cruz witnessed Dela Cruz inside a black 2007 Chevy Tahoe bearing Texas tag TTJ 8135, driven by an unknown Hispanic male. It appeared that she was screaming and crying, was being held against her will, It's believed that Mary Sheila Louise de la Cruz is in imminent danger. The vehicle left west on US 54 highway from Mary Frame Park, located at 530 South New York and Liberal, Kansas. Call 911 immediately if you have seen a missing child, suspect, or suspect's vehicle. If you have information on a missing child, call 911 or the Liberal Police Department 620-626-0150. What we have there, it says she's 15.
15.
That's what this one says, yeah. And we'll save that information. I'm saving stuff to my computer while we're discussing it as well, so I have the stuff for the flyer when I make it. It appeared she was crying or screaming and crying and was being held against her will. So he must have grabbed her and like threw her in the Tahoe and took off. Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ava. That was your message I was just reading from.
Why didn't Amber Alert go out to all Kansas? I wonder.
It should have. Texas Tag, heck, it should have went nationwide.
Yeah. So they're saying 6:30. She gets. This is crazy. So 6:30 p.m. She gets pulled into a car screaming.
Mm-hmm.
This looks like, I don't know, 100% speculation machine going on here. But this, to me, just the angle of the picture, it doesn't look like a Ring doorbell. It doesn't. Maybe a trail cam, but who has a trail cam like facing that? You know what I mean? Like this looks like a picture taken by somebody that knew they were taking a picture that was evidence. Again, right. I watch a lot of YouTube.
Like maybe they ran up and ran up real fast.
Well, I mean, if whoever was standing there heard her scream. If she was screaming, pulling into the car, I tell my kids all the time, dude. I have an 8-year-old and a 9-year-old, and they both have new iPhones. Now, a lot of people would think I'm a crazy person to give an 8-year-old and a 9-year-old smartphones. But to me, like, I want them to be prepared for the world, and I think that's where the world is. Yada yada yada. I can give you a bunch, but basically, I find myself yelling at my kids a lot because their phones are always available to watch YouTube. Their phones are always available to play Roblox. But whenever I need to call them, it's dead. So I preach to my kids all the time. And it looks like maybe if this picture was taken with a cell phone, maybe they're hip to the game. But I tell you what, folks, those phones in your pocket, they're tools. They can call the police. They can call your family. They can take pictures of crime scenes. They can take pictures of speeding vehicles when they're going away that have your friend in them. The phone is a tool. It just happens to go on Facebook. It just happens to go on YouTube. Treat your phone as a tool. Ava says she sent another message. Oh, no, you already got that one. So many protocols for Amber Alerts before they post it. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, to me, it's just, if I was, this girl's parents, I would be like, why didn't every phone, at least because I'm in Elkhart. Listen, I'm a 50-mile drive to Liberal. It would have been nice for me and D. Again, me and D have been here. So, but it's just weird. Like, I run the Facebook page, Elkhart's a Movie. Our population is like 1,400 each month. About 35,000 people pay attention to the page. I have an outlet to. It would have been nice at 6:30 to say, hey, be on the lookout for this tag number. Something bad just happened 50 miles away. I'm also, if you're going to go south from Liberal, Elkhart could be a way to go through. I get it that there's protocols, but to me, we got to take this as an L as a state of Kansas. We whoever stole a girl screaming got a 2-hour and 10-minute head start as far as I'm concerned. I got the Dodge City, Kansas. They would be how they had that good of a picture, is my guess, by a relative seeing it. I think so. I think somebody saw this happen and they took a picture. Very smart person.
Right.
This makes or breaks everything. Whoever took this picture, if they didn't, you would just have to say, and especially if you're in a high stress situation where your friend got abducted, it'd be really. What kind of car was it? Most people don't know, but you have a tag number that gets us somewhere. Regina, go ahead.
What's interesting about that picture? I just blew it up larger on my computer in my paint program. On the passenger side, you can't hardly see her, but there's a girl standing next to the passenger side of the Tahoe in a pink top and blue jeans, looking up into the passenger window of the vehicle.
On the picture that's on the screen right now?
Yeah. You have to look real close, but she's wearing a pink top, blue jeans. She's got her hands kind of crossed behind her back, and she's wearing, looks like slides or flip-flops, so she's looking up into the passenger window of the Tahoe.
Okay,
If
let
you
me
look
go
real
ahead.
close, you can see the pink.
And she'll be on the right
Looks I
side of the
enlarged the
vehicle.
photo on my paint. Yeah, the
And
passenger
she's on
side
the
by the front door.
passenger side. Okay. All right. Let me see what's going on here. Okay.
Yeah. I
I will
enlarged it
blow
on
it.
my paint program and was looking at it. I was like, oh, okay.
Okay, I'm downloading it now, so I can put it up on the screen. So I'm gonna have to blow it up because I'm gonna put it on the screen here real quick, so they can see what you're talking about, and then you can kind of point out because I don't totally see it, but I'm also haven't blown it up big yet. Let me get it on the screen real quick.
Yeah.
Go ahead and what are you seeing here, man?
Right there on the passenger side.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. She's standing there facing the vehicle, kind of have her hands, like behind her
Back
back.
maybe.
And she's looking up into the window of the passenger side of the Tahoe.
So you're thinking this picture? She's actually in this picture. You're thinking this is like maybe before she got abducted. Maybe you're right. She's standing right there. Well, I don't know if it's her, but somebody's standing right there.
It's not matching her clothing description, but yeah. No, it's not matching what they said she was wearing. They said she was wearing a black shirt. So I don't know if this is another girl because she looked younger.
Do you think this could be like a mirage type thing? I mean, because I can see what you're saying, but I don't know, man. I see kind of a shirt and maybe a figure, but are you saying it's a reflection of a person or somebody's actually standing?
Let me show you the version that I blew up. Let me see let me send it to you here.
Because I'm trying to see if you're saying that it's the person is standing directly next to the vehicle, or if the person you're talking about you're seeing a reflection on the vehicle.
No, it's not a reflection. That's for sure.
Okay, maybe the chat's looking something. I have it. Okay, I'm pulling it up now.
I just sent it to you.
Oh my gosh, dude! Oh my gosh, my picture's horrible. This is freaky.
Yeah, she's standing there looking right up into the window of the car.
Wow. Oh my gosh, dude.
There you go. There you
I'm
go.
gonna get that comment off the screen. Thank you everybody for commenting and tuning out, but I want to blow this up and see this. So this to me,
when I blew it up, I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute!" But it doesn't match what she's wearing.
What is this?
So this might be
the girl in the picture had a pink shirt on. Maybe it's with this being such a maybe I don't know. Did the information I sent you? It's on the screen. Does it say anything about a girl standing next to the vehicle? This is from KWC. Like, why wouldn't they mention there's a what the heck? That freaks me out.
Yeah, she's right there. Looking into the window. At first, I couldn't tell if she was facing it or turned away from it because the way her hands are. Then I looked at it when I blew it up. I was like, no, she's looking up into the window.
I'm not a body language expert, but to me, she's looking up like I don't know, like maybe like if it doesn't look like it's somebody she know. You know how like you're supposed to respect your elders, you know?
Yeah.
And to me, it kind of looks like somebody who's just being polite because a grown up is talking to them. And again, we don't know anything. This could be somebody related to it. We don't know, but this is that really weirds me out. I posted this picture we're talking about for 20 minutes, and then you're like,
looks like she's holding a phone in her hand behind her back too.
Well, if she's 14 or 15, I'm guessing the girl. I'm guessing she probably has a phone, which helps. But I don't know, man. 2 hours and 10 minutes of a head start. That is wild. That is wild. That is a massive dropping of the ball. I don't know who dropped it, but that's a massive dropping of the ball.
Isn't that crazy?
If I was her parents, I'd be pretty ticked off, man. Here we go. Heather Berry, I'm aware, but it went out in other parts. I think missing child under 18 with a vehicle description goes out normally. Marlene says, and the family seen her in the car, and car he healed against Swish in my back. It needs to be immediate Amber Alert. I agree. If she was
definitely
30, she could be in another state. Yeah, exactly. At least Amber Alert.
I mean, they got a couple hour head start, so let's get this show shared out big time right now so people can see this.
Let's get this out there. Yeah, maybe it's a non-custodial parent, and now they got a tag number from their Facebook page.
I don't know.
I think it would say usually every Amber Alert I've ever seen that has a non-custodial parent it usually says like a non-custodial parent. This says like an unidentified male. If they knew it was a non-custodial parent, they would. I'm guessing who you're, who's dating who. You know what I mean? This sounds like it's when I lived in Garden City in the early 2000s, a girl had met a guy on Facebook. A girl had met a guy on the internet somehow. He came and met her, and she was a high school girl. He was older. They spent an evening at a hotel in Garden City, and then he took her life and he hid her under the mattress, and they didn't find her for like a week. So anytime I hear of like abductions of young girls, and like I just wonder, was this like, first of all, like did this person just pull up? He just see a young girl standing on the side of the road, and he's like, oh, I would like to possess her. Or is it a situation where he's been talking to her on one of these apps for the grooming, whatever, talking to her for a while, and set up like a meeting to come see her? Again, preface everything I'm saying, I watch a lot of YouTube. There's a lot of these creeps out there that do this type of stuff every day. There's people that post every day catching these creeps that are talking to children. I'm just trying to think out loud here. Go ahead and read some of these comments, Ricky.
This one says, can you see the tag good enough to see if it's the same as the reported one? Yes, yeah. I mean, you can clearly see it in the picture, TTJ8135, and that's what's on the report. So it's the same tag.
Yeah, go ahead and go through if we got any comments. I'm just sitting here kind of watching the
makes me wonder if does Mary Sheila have a little sister that maybe ran up to the vehicle and said, hey, let her go?
Well, to me, like, again, don't know at all. But to me, her body language looks like she might be like, I don't know. Like, to me, I feel like if whoever it is, if she knows the person, they were screaming. To me, the demeanor that she has doesn't seem like, it looks like she's on alert, like high alert. She's understanding that this is kind of, I don't know. Again, I'm not an expert. It looks like, to me, it looks like somebody who's like on alert, kind of their hands are behind them. Their feet are kind of placed in a position where they could run. To me, I feel like if anybody saw a 14-year-old girl kicking and screaming, being dragged into this vehicle, I don't know if that's the stance I would use to try to coerce them back out of the car. I don't know who that girl is, but again, if you weren't here helping me try to make sense of this, I would assume that's the girl that's missing, talking to somebody talking to her. You know what I mean? Because I could see going from that situation to where somebody's like, hey, get in the car, and she's like, no way, and then he forces her, and then she starts screaming. Again, I don't know. I just sent a picture from KWCH to Ricky, and he basically found the ghost and the 3 men and the baby in the picture that I did not see that at all. And I don't, there's no mention of this. Maybe they've updated the site, but I didn't see any mention of.
Can you get Mary Sheila's picture back up there?
Mary Sheila, yes. Let me get it back up. Right.
Yeah, let's get her picture back up there too. We want her face up there too. There we go. Definitely want her face back up there too.
Yeah, and everybody knows now the picture on the right. You can kind of see it, not nowhere near as good, but yeah, there's the standing there next to the vehicle. Wow.
And Marnie says you can. Let's see, who is that? Somebody made him. Maybe it says a family. Oh, Ava. She says a family member. Says a family member witnessed her in the Tahoe screaming and crying, being held against her. Well, maybe that might be the family member. That could be. Since she's right up by the window.
Last seen heading west on U.S. Highway 54 from Mary Frame Park.
Right.
So, anybody? I've been out of the area for years, guys and gals. Highway 54 out of Liberal. Where does that head? Does that go to Guyman? I guess south would be Guyman. And again, Guyman is a hop, skip, and a jump from Liberal when there's no traffic, like 40 minutes tops, Right. So you have 2 hours and 10 minutes to work with here. Then, KBI is doing an article about it now. Amber Alert details. Last seen at Mary Frame Park, 530 South New York, Liberal, Kansas.
Right.
Let me see if I can get a street view of that picture so we can kind of show people where this took place. There you go. So it's right off Pancake Boulevard.
Wow.
Looks like it's got the Ranch Motel. It's right next to the Ranch Motel, right behind the Pizza Hut, it looks like. I'll go ahead and get this on the screen real quick for everybody.
Baby Blue Eye says could have been staking out the area prior. No brake lights noticeable. Devin says I need to get an Amber Alert in Oklahoma and Texas as well. Definitely.
I mean, if he went, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if my memory serves me correctly, taking 54 out of Liberal would end you up in Guyman, Oklahoma. But again, I'm not sure, man. I haven't lived here in a long time.
Right.
I think 54 goes to Guyman, Oklahoma, though. Here, I do have the where it took place, and we'll kind of filter through these photos as we go through. Here we go. So this is a aerial shot of where it took place to kind of give you an idea of where things are. Pizza Hut right there. You got a McDonald's, Pancake Boulevard, Ranch Motel. So it's just right there at the park. So I don't know, man. I just keep feeling like this car.
I agree with Marley and Horde Benjamin. She says I think the Amber Alert laws need to change and not take so long, even if it means alerts are thrown out. But it could save more lives. Definitely.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can get them on some traffic cams and track them down. Chris is saying, "Oh, I bet they caught them on the traffic cams." Hopefully, give them an idea of direction traffic. Oh, the license plate readers, if they've got license plate readers down in that area.
Yeah, that is wild, man.
Devin says we definitely need to get this alert in Oklahoma now. Yeah, definitely.
Does anybody know? By chance, I know there's a lot of people who have this open on one tab and you're digging just like we are on other tabs. Does anybody have any information on whether or not what they're saying, where this picture came from, who the girl in the picture was? Ricky noticed that, I didn't, but to me, this is the car that has the license plate that everybody's now being told to look for 2 hours and 10 minutes later. So I'm curious who had did they just have somebody, hey, do you have a picture of your buddy's car? Yeah, like to me, this looks like somebody took this picture out of concern. I do it a lot. You see something you think might be weird, you take a picture. That could be the difference in a court case, for a lot of people. Again, right off Pancake Boulevard, 530 South New York Avenue, Liberal, Kansas.
Pancake Boulevard.
Yeah, they have a pancake race down that road every year. I hear I've never been, but I hear it's a wonderful time. Liberal's a pretty fun town. We go there to shop quite a bit. Elkhart has a store, but it's you can get pretty much everything, but there's a lot of stuff you can't get. So we'll either go to Guyman or Liberal. Liberal's a great place, but obviously this is not a great situation. This is not good whatsoever. We've got a youngster that is nowhere to be seen.
Right.
2 hours and 10 minutes before it got posted.
Yeah.
Okay, 54 does go to Guyman, is what Baby Blue Eyes is saying. Is there a page for missing and unsolved for Oklahoma? If so, somebody could send it to them right now. There's a page called like Oklahoma Cold Cases. My Back Home Media has a show called Dodgecast. It's about Anadarko, Oklahoma, and the only reason I'm bringing that up is because the host of Dodgecast, his uncle, his wife runs a page called I don't forget the name, forgive me, but it's basically a cold cases in Oklahoma page. Everybody go give them some love. Maybe send this to them. I don't know her name, sadly. Jeremy is her husband, but it's an Oklahoma cold case page. Maybe somebody could send this to that page. Maybe they can get some love, because it sounds like but even then, when you're talking about this part of the country, Ricky, he's on 54 headed to Guyman. So what we're saying here is Guyman is like maybe 45, 50 miles, if I remember correctly. But we're talking about the panhandle. So you only got 45, 50 miles of Oklahoma till this guy's in another state. He could be he could go right. He could be, give him 90 miles. He could be in Clayton, New Mexico. He could be in Colorado if he turns right. So unfortunately, this is one of those parts of the country that when stuff like this happens, it's really up in the air on where this person could go, because there's so many different roads and wherever they lead to. Let me see. The girl on the left has a hood on her shirt. On the right doesn't have a hood. I was thinking he was going down to Texas too, which makes me think this needs to. Yes, exactly. Because like I said, the panhandle of Oklahoma is maybe 55, 60 miles wide, and then you're already into another state. So At that point, I feel like 2 hours and 10 minutes into the deal, if we're just getting an Amber Alert, maybe you're right. Maybe Texans should be getting it because this dude could be as far as Amarillo at this point. It's been 30 minutes. It's been 50 minutes since we got the Amber Alert. Picks probably weren't taken on the same day. Okay. Well, to me, okay. Okay. To me, I don't know anything, but to me, the picture of I don't know about the picture of her, but to me, the picture of the car, I don't know why anybody would have this picture of a person of interest in an Amber Alert with a little girl standing next to it, looking sketched out. I don't know. I don't know anything. Maybe that picture was taken today is what I'm thinking of. Julia is just the thought of that. I just sent it to Oklahoma. Perfect. Oklahoma. At approximately 7 p.m., a relative of Maricela witnessed De La Cruz inside a black 2007 Chevrolet Tahoe bearing Texas tags TTJ81. Where'd they go? TTJ8135, driven by unknown Hispanic male, Sean Wheat, KBI by Brian. Blah. There's some. Yeah, that's just basically. So that's just basically saying the Amber Alert is out there. He could switch vehicles. Yeah, it's exactly right. He could switch vehicles. That's the thing, man. Why 2 hours and 10 minutes? What the heck happened there? Wonder if she has a phone. I would think she'd have a phone just because she's young. She's 15, 14 or 15. I don't know many 14 or 15-year-olds that don't have a phone on them,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, the girl in the picture definitely has a phone behind her back.
Like, I'll be honest, man. Like, I grew up in this part of the country, so there's a big part of me that does not like the whole idea of Big Brother. Lights, cameras on every corner, and NSA listening to our phone call. I don't like that at all. But when I started working for your show about 3.5, 4 years ago, it made me kind of be like, okay, I don't like it, but it does serve a purpose. But it really bums me out. It really bums me out that, again, speculation 100%. Let's not even talk about this case. It really bums me out that you watch these YouTubers that are going out finding these guys that are trying to lure these young kids into horrible situations. And I'm just like, man, if the NSA is really watching all of our text messages, if they're really listening to all our phone calls, why are so many of these dudes getting this far into the game with these decoys? And with these real life situations, like if we have all these safeguards to quote unquote make us safer, then why do so many bad things get this far along? And again, I'm not talking about this case. We don't know what's going on, but anytime you have a grown man talking to a child, whether it be on Snapchat or whatever, it's just really weird to me that like we don't have safeguards in place to just pick that up and be like, hey, this is weird. You should stop that.
Right.
Yeah.
See, that was 15, but if you look at her date of birth, Liberal has posted actually she's 14. She won't be 15 till July. So, don't know.
Yeah.
Did we have a height and weight and all that good stuff for her? Because I don't see one.
Yeah, 5'2", 120.
5'2", 120.
Black hair, brown eyes.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is
right there. Really weirds me out, dude.
This is crazy. I mean, to pull that off, just like, I mean, oh my gosh.
If she has an Apple phone, you can go to Find My Phone and locate it. I hope they're doing stuff like that. For real. Like, it's just 2024. There's too many ways to track people. Why 2 hours and 10 minutes? What the heck? I don't think anybody did anything on purpose, but it's just, that's a definite something we need to work on. 2 hours and 10 minutes. If you're this girl's parents or friends, you got to be like, yikes. What was that about?
Hopefully he didn't take her phone from her and try to.
And another thing is too, Highway 54 from Liberal to Guyman is, some could call it like a ghost town. There's not a lot there. You know what I'm saying? There's a few little. I think there's like. There's a few towns that you'll hit that you pass through with, like maybe a gas station. You have to slow down to 30 or whatever, but you blow through those towns really quickly. I just feel like if this girl was loaded into this vehicle, kicking and screaming at 6:30 p.m. and this ding dong takes off on Highway 54 towards Guyman, I just feel like if you put out an Amber Alert, it's, you know, I don't know, 6:34 p.m. and had the like it's Highway 50. Yes, the guy could just turn off on a dirt road and it'd be a little more difficult, but he's not going to get to where he's going taking dirt roads. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of have to stay on 54 to get the hell out of there. So to me, like that time is so crucial, because I feel like even if you gave it 20 minutes before the Amber Alert drops, and you tell people, hey, Highway 54 towards Guyman, look for this vehicle, I think the guy has a hard time getting out of the area. If you have everybody in tune saying, we're looking for this vehicle, from what we understand, this isn't some like distraught, you know, non-custodial parent. This sounds like an actual abduction, you know, which we do this show every week. And 99.99% of the cases we cover are, you know, I hate to say it, people missing on their own volition, you know, missing and endangered runaways. You know, I hate to see it, but this is not that case. You know, this sounds like an actual abduction. So,
yeah. Any information coming out, or are we still kind of in a holding pattern, or?
Let me check one more. I'm going to update one more time. I don't think we have anything new. Nothing new. Okay. So, yeah, we can. Yeah, that is wild, man.
Yeah.
Well, we are way over time as far as the show goes, but I am willing to keep going for a little bit here. I'd like to see an update, you know, like, even though it's 2 hours and 10 minutes, I feel like we're out in the sticks here. You know, I feel like we can find this vehicle.
Does anything state what nationality she is? Not that I've seen, but I would say looking at her picture and the name, she's obviously Hispanic. It's not from which country it looks like. Marlene Hor Benjamin asked, could they be headed to Mexico? Never know. And Heather Barry said WWW just pulled it off the screen.
Okay. Who pulled it off the screen?
WIBW in Topeka.
Let me see. Let me update this. Maybe they found it.
Nothing updated on Liberal yet.
Says she's Hispanic.
Yeah.
It says the KBI does not know the name of the suspect, but knows he is a Hispanic man in his early 20s. Black pants, black shorts.
Okay, they do have her listed on KBI. That's good. Except for on there, they have her as 5413.
This guy is 100% creepy. It says taillights and Chevrolet emblem blacked out on the rear of the vehicle. Why?
Wow.
Why are we blacking out our... What the hell?
But he left his tag wide open.
If it's even the real tag, you know what I mean? Like, it kind of scares me knowing the dude blacked his... Is that legal? Are you allowed to black your... DH's saying no. I don't think... Is anybody in the chat? I don't think that's legal. That's ballsy if this guy would black out his tail lights and then abduct it. Like, to me, that's sketchy. And again, what you go through all the trouble to black out your tail lights, but you leave your tag. I'm wondering if it's even his tag, you know. Heatherberry is not legal. Did they give his name? No. And I'm telling you, if they had his tag number, maybe I'm putting too much faith in modern technology. But I've watched a few episodes of CSI Miami. I'm just guessing. If you have somebody's tag number, you can call the office and some lady will be like, give me 2 seconds and and type into a computer and be like, it's such and such. So to me, I'm starting to wonder if that's even a real tag, considering that why would you black those out if it's illegal? Like you're running a risk of getting pulled over before you even do what you're doing. Like this is weird. It appears she was screaming and crying and being held against her will, said Liberal Police Department. It is believed she is Maricela Luis de la Cruz is in imminent danger. That's the first time I've seen that. You getting another alert? Oh, okay. DA's phone's making noises. Just making sure, like, the Tahoe left west on U.S. Highway. Call 911 immediately. Again, Liberal Police Department 620-626-0150. I'm not sure. I mean, definitely that's who the authorities are saying to call, but I'm not sure they're in Liberal anymore. You know what I mean? Of course, they're in lead of the investigation, but still, like this is
right.
Texas tags. DA says Texas tags heading towards Guyman. I think they're going to Texas, and with this being, granted 2 hours and 10 minutes, kind of too late as far as the Amber Alert going out. It has gone out now. People do know about this, so yeah, but still 2 hours and 10 minutes, pretty far. Let me.
So should we move on to some other cases or keep just following this one, or what do you want to do?
Well, I'm just looking something up real quick. So I just asked the computer if I was leaving Liberal, Kansas 2 hours and 10 minutes ago, which is wrong. I should probably change it. And I was going the speed limit. Where would I be right now? So how long has it been since the, because I'll change this. So when the Amber Alert went out, if he went to speed limit, he was 141 miles away. How long? Okay. So how long? So it's been 3 hours. 3 hours, right? Because the Amber Alert went out at 9:40.
Mm-hmm. Roughly.
Okay, 3 hours instead of 2 hours and 10 minutes. So basically, as of if she was brought into the car at 6:30, and right now it is 10:43. It looks like this guy could be anywhere. If he's just going the speed limit, 95 miles away from Liberal, Kansas. What major cities are within 190 miles, 95 miles? Liberal, Kansas towards the south. So I'm going to see. So 100. If right now, if he's going the speed limit, he left at 6:30. Right now, he'd be 195 miles.
Wow.
So this might be. It says Woodward. If he stayed on 54. Actually, no, we're wrong. Okay, so I said 195. So if he stayed on that road, let me see. He would have hit Woodward. That's 161 miles away. These numbers. So Borger, Texas, Dumas, Texas, Pampa, Texas. Let me see. So if he's in Texas, he could essentially, they're saying within 161 miles, with different routes. AI is saying basically Pampa, Texas, Dumas, Texas, Borger, Texas, Woodward, Oklahoma. Yeah. So those might be places to share this. If anybody has, I don't know if they're doing Amber Alerts in, because it looks like that would put him. And again, that's still 30 minutes behind, but this is maybe he's slowed down or something. But just by doing the math, Woodward, Borger, Dumas, Pampa, or where just mile wise, if you do the math and he goes the speed limit, those are places that he could be. She was found. Okay, she was found safe in Texas, buddy. We can move on, man.
Really?
Yeah, that's what the chat's saying. I don't know 100%, but the chat's saying she was found safe in Texas. Wow.
Damn. Because Liberal hasn't updated that yet.
Texas. They're sending you private message. Praise God. Praise God. Awesome. Awesome. Amber Alert does work. Wow.
Let me refresh the Liberal PD Facebook and see if they've got an update.
Wild.
Here we go.
Woo!
Update 5/15/24 9:40. I think it's 9:40. No, 10:40. Excuse me. Mayor Sheila Louise de la Cruz was located. Thank you for your assistance in this matter. Was all it said.
Nice, man. You know, I love it because, like, I don't know, man. 20 years ago, it was really easy to get away with doing bad stuff, but not anymore, man. There's too many people working for good, and we all have phones. We'll find your ass, dude. We'll find your ass. I promise you. Not you and me, but I'm saying the human race.
KWs.
We will find you.
Yeah. It says KWH says she was found safe in Texas. Well, he sure got down there darn quick. He sure got down there pretty darn quick.
Wow. Well, that's awesome.
Okay. I don't see an update on KWCH. I'm looking at it right now.
MSN.
Liberal PD says she was located, so that's all we need to know. So
okay, cool. All right, yeah.
I'm glad she was found. That's all that matters. She's found safe, and hopefully they cuff and stuff the guy.
Yeah.
And Marlene says, yeah, it'll be interesting to see if it was a stranger abduction. Yeah, it definitely will.
Yeah.
If we ever learn any of that.
Wow. Well, how many flyers do we have left, man?
I don't know. We were getting ready to do Dana Bruce. I know that.
Dana Jane Bruce.
Yeah. This is Dana Jane Bruce, missing from Sedalia, Missouri since October 4th, 2008. She was 23 when she went missing. She's now 38. She's 5'2", 98 pounds, brown hair, green or hazel eyes. She was last seen at her children's babysitter's home in Sedalia, Missouri. She had left the children there earlier that day so she could go out for the evening. She returned at midnight, gave the babysitter more money, and asked her to watch the children for the rest of the night. Dana was seen at Malone's Bar on Main Street with a young man driving a late model red Ford F-150 truck earlier on the night of her disappearance. She left with the man at 11:30 p.m. Police identified the man Dana was with on the night she vanished. He traveled to Atlanta, Georgia after her disappearance, and police questioned him about Dana after he was arrested there on unrelated charges of marijuana possession and driving on a suspended license. Authorities have not named him publicly, but they are calling him a person of interest in her case. He told his questioners that he and Dana parted ways after they left the bar and he never saw her after that. She left all of her belongings behind, including her hairbrush and toothbrush. She does not have credit cards, debit cards, checking account, cell phone, or a car. And at the time of her disappearance, she was 23. She would now be 38. 5'2", 98 pounds. She had brown hair that was colored brown at the roots, black at the ends with red highlights, and green or hazel eyes. Last night, to be wearing a black shirt with the word Rebel and silver lettering on the front and blue jeans. Dana has a tattoo of a teddy bear with wings and the name Dylan on her upper left arm. She is blind in her left eye. She has a 2-inch scar on her lower spine and a staple scar on her right shoulder. Her ears are pierced one time each. If you have any information regarding Dana's disappearance, you know her whereabouts, please call the Sedalia, Missouri Police Department at 660-827-7823 or 660-826-8100 or the Missouri State Highway Patrol at 573-526-6178 or toll free at 866-362-6422 and see if we can't help get Dana, back home where she needs to be with her family.
Wow.
Okay, it's ERYN. Says Texas is only 45 minutes south of Liberal. Okay. Okay. I didn't realize it was that close, but okay. Yeah, this is Colby Byerly, missing out of Wichita, Kansas since May 8th, 2024. She's 15, 5'9", 200 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. She does wear eyeglasses, and she does have braces on her teeth. And she does have a birthmark on her right jaw, which you can see on the picture down there at the bottom. It's a very prominent birthmark there. And she is a Native American female. If you have any information regarding Colby's disappearance, you know her whereabouts, please call 911 immediately or call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-263-6011 or 316-660-9456 or 316-660-9452 or KBI at 785-296-4017. See if we can't get Colby located and back to where she needs to be. And that was really the main reason I used that picture, was just so you could see that birthmark on her the right jaw there.
Yeah.
It's a very prominent one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Too young, man. Avis, but check.
The spot checks. I'm not sure if that's what it is. And she's another one missing out of Wichita since May 10th of 2024. She's 15, 5'2", 140 pounds, brown hair with red highlights that she often wears in a pigtail on top of her head, and brown eyes. Her septum is pierced, and she does wear lots of black clothing. So more than likely she's wearing a lot of black clothing. And if you have any information regarding Ava's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-660-9456 or 316-660-9452 or 316-263-6011 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't get Ava located and back to where she needs to be. Found safe in Texas. I cannot believe that they got... Glad they found him. I was worried that they were whoever he is was gonna be heading back to Texas with that Texas plate. But
Yeah.
I'm glad they found him.
You
And Candy said he'll contact you later about the preliminary hearing in AJ's case.
If you're in Ulysses, man, I might just come see you. I'm close to you now.
Mm-hmm.
I might make you eat a meal with me, Candy. He's like, what? Why am I being punished?
This is Miguel Elias Raimundo, missing out of Riley County, Kansas since August 22nd, 2023. He was 16 when he went missing. He's now 17. He's 5 foot tall, 111 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. He does not speak English and only very little Spanish. And his native tongue is a tribal language from Guatemala. Again, at the time of his disappearance, he was 16. He's now 17, 5 foot tall, 111 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. Last seen wearing a light yellow polo shirt, blue jeans, and red shoes. He was also carrying a very full royal blue Under Armour backpack. If you have any information regarding Miguel's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Riley County, Kansas Police Department at 785-537-2112 or Manhattan Riley County Crime Stoppers at 785-539-7777 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can help get Miguel located and back to where he needs to be. Doesn't speak English, only very little Spanish. His native tongue is tribal language from Guatemala. That's interesting.
Wow. All these flyers are on the Kansas Missing and Unsolved Facebook page. You can check them all out there. We are kind of going through these last ones quickly. We did have that Amber Alert tonight. But thanks everybody for hanging out. Continue to share the flyers. Tell your friends about Ricky's page. Let's see if we can hit 90,000 followers before the end of this. End of this month. We have half a month left to do it. Tell them about Samantha Holt.
All right, here's another Wichita one. Samantha Holt, missing from Wichita since November 16th, 2023. She was 15 when she went missing. She's now 16. She's 5'2", 110 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. It's believed she may possibly be in the downtown Wichita area. And she was 15 when she went missing. She's now 16, 5'2", 110 pounds. Has brown hair that was last known to be dyed half pink and half black, and brown eyes. Excuse me. If you have any information regarding Samantha's disappearance, you know her whereabouts, please call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-660-9456 or 316-660-9452 or the KBI at 785-296-4017, and see if we can help get Samantha located and back to where she needs to be.
That was a while ago, man.
Yeah. Yep.
And Gina Budget Ciphers.
Oh, we already went over her.
Okay.
Okay, Kesar Andrews. He's missing out of Wellington, Kansas, since February 24th, 2024. He's 16, 6 foot tall, 280 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. And I need to fix some typos on there because I have she instead of he, and he's definitely a he. I have to fix that. If you have any information regarding Kesar's disappearance or you know of his whereabouts, please call the Wellington, Kansas Police Department at 620-326-3331 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can get Kesar located and back to where he needs to be. He's been having a banner day that day.
Yeah. You tried your best, Rick. You tried.
Yeah, see, Chelsea Wright Wilson, missing from Wichita, Kansas since April 24th, 2024. She's 17, 5'6", 145 pounds. She has blonde hair that's possibly dyed brown and brown eyes. If you have any information regarding Chelsea's disappearance, you know her whereabouts, please call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-660-9456 or 316-660-9452 or 316-263-6011 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't get Chelsea located and back to where she needs to be.
Wichita, Kansas.
Yeah, and Heather is saying, thank you for extending the show tonight. So many people, kids needing to be found, and justice for the unsolved. You guys rock. You're very welcome, Heather. I won't mention the fact that I got to be up at 4:15 in the morning to be to work at 6, but I do.
Well, here we cover Kenny every week, man. Let's just do Sylvia, and then we will get out of here. Next week we will cover Kenny, and I'm probably going to have an update for us on Albert because I'm going to try to talk to Candy between now and next week's show.
Okay.
So let's talk about Sylvia. Next week we'll open with Kenny, and also I know I say it every week. If anybody has any way to get some pictures of Kenny when he was younger, Ricky said he had like some. You said he had like curly hair, right? Or like red hair or something, maybe?
Red hair. Yeah, red hair.
I'm just curious to see what he looked like when he was younger. Granted, we're in a missing persons show. We want to see the most recent pictures. We have that recent picture. I'm just curious if we can put some older pictures of Kenny on there because we've been covering it since the show's inception. And and then hopefully I'll have an update on the Alexander Perez situation from his cousin Candy. But Ricky's going to tell you about Sylvia, then we'll get out of here.
Yeah, Sylvia has been missing from Parsons, Kansas since April 23rd, 2024. She's 17. She's 5'7" to 5'10", 165 to 230 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. Don't have much more information than that, but if you do have information regarding Sylvia's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Parsons, Kansas Police Department at 620-421-7060 or 620-421-7057. or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't get her located and back to where she needs to be.
Parsons, Kansas.
Yep. And I think that's really the only one we had left to cover was Kenny. Oh, we didn't cover Alex either, actually.
Yeah. We'll open with Kenny next week, and then I'm going to get an update on the Alexander because he went to that trial today. So I want to see because I don't know anything. Like, I just know that there was an arrest for, the Alexander case, but I'm very interested to see what Candy heard today and what he learned. But
Travis, we will do Haley Davis next week as well. Travis is Haley Davis's brother.
Oh, no.
So we will definitely do Haley Davis next week. I meant to have her on tonight, and I forgot to pull her because I was trying to remember everything I needed to pull.
Well, go ahead and do what you do to get us out of here. I
Okay.
gotta get to bed too, man. It's 11 o'clock. Wow.
Yep, I got to get my daughter out of my bed because she's crashed in my bed. So,
Just sleep on the couch, man. Just kidding.
all right. Well, Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us together and allowing us to get through these cases tonight. And definitely want to thank you for getting Mary Sheila found located safe down there in Texas, and hopefully they can get her back up to her family here pretty soon. And hopefully, as I always pray, I just pray these flyers reach the right ears, the right heart. They'll do the right thing and call that information in to bring some closure to some cases and for some families. Until we see each other next week, you guys stay safe. God bless. Amen. Have a good night.